Can we watch the Jaden animation rant about tech and shitification? I don't think anyone gave me a link to that one, but I'm happy to take a look at it, I guess. I don't think anyone sent me a link to it. I'm just double checking. I don't think so. It's been posted in suggestions loads. Oh, maybe I just missed it then. Maybe it wasn't posted in the past week. I don't know. I want to see the calculator jailbreak. We will watch the calculator jailbreak. The existence of a calculator jailbreak is enough to make me, oh, it's that one. Is enough to make me want to watch it. This one. Okay, yeah. This has been posted a bunch. Let me just swap accounts. So we don't have to deal with the edge. The edge. Yes. Okay. Y'all mind if I complain for 15 minutes? Download our app. Rate us. Sign up. I guess you can have Australia mode if you really want to. Call customer service. You're not gonna interact with a real person.
A while ago, I went to the bank to get a new debit card.
The lid's not on properly. Fuck. Anyway.
A while ago, I went to the bank to get a new debit card. I walked in, the lady asked, "Can I help you?" And I said, "I'd like a new debit card, please." Her
Sign up for it on our app, and we'll send it to your house.
face scrunched a bit, and then she replied, "Let me see what I can do. Would you take a seat for a moment?" I sat in the lobby chair for 30 minutes, assuming that she was doing everything in her power to get me a new debit card.
She wasn't doing anything.
And when the lady finally came back, she simply said, "No, we don't do that." But you're the bank. For the longest time, I've been tossing around.
Yeah, a lot of places are like, hey, you can order a new debit card through the app or some stupid bullshit. I don't know if it's good. I hope that it's not like, oh, you have to like pay with your phone. Okay, maybe this is a boomer take. I never add my cards to my phone. I have never done so. I only recently started loading tickets into my wallet app because that's actually pretty convenient. I never, ever pay with my phone.
This little thought. I don't know if it's just me, but it kind of feels like the world around us doesn't quite work anymore. At least compared to, say, a decade ago, it seems like everything has gotten less efficient and, dare I say, stupid. Anytime I go out to get something done, I come back 3 hours later with nothing accomplished and a fresh desire to punch a wall. I've tried to gaslight myself out of it. Maybe I'm overreacting.
I use my cards on my phone because then merchants don't get my real credit card number and fraud protection is just a little bit better. That's fair. That's fair.
Here. Humans have always been flawed creatures, so of course it's doomed to bleed into the construction of our society. But I just keep thinking back to those 30 useless minutes in that bank chair. And I simply don't believe it. You're not gonna convince me that a bank has always been incapable of giving people new debit cards. And also that it took 30 minutes to tell me.
Yeah, I remember getting my first card. I went in there, I was like, hey, I want a debit card. And they're like, okay. Give me your details. Let me just yell out how much money you have in your account. Let me read out all of your details for everyone to hear, especially your password. Maybe it makes sense why they don't do it in person.
Something has changed. It really dawned on me when I watched the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode Dennis Takes a Mental Health Day, where Dennis tries to have a normal, relaxing day, but is faced with inconveniences at every corner that spike his blood pressure. Highly recommend watching. The whole show is phenomenal, but that specific episode was so real and truly made me process things are getting less efficient. And it's not just in my head. First of all, like the episode addressed, everything needs a goddamn app now. The thermostat, air...
Everyone wants you to sign up for a fucking app. This is like... Do you know what I love? I love the existence of... Okay, here's something that is like a big part of the reason why electric cars are not going to catch on for like the next 10 years. Why do I need an app to charge my car? Why? Why can't I plug the electric thingy in and it just charges my car? Juicero was a warning. Or like every store you go to, they're like, hey, sign up for an app to get a 5% off the next sale. You imply you even got a parking ticket first? Wait, parking ticket? I think only Tesla in the US requires an app for car charging. I know there's like different charging networks all have their own charging app. But yeah, also this, I have a regular thermostat in my house. I just press the button and it does the thing.
Filters, light bulbs. I bought the cats a new automated litter box. And guess who now has a litter box app on her phone to get it to even turn on? I'm sick of the stupid apps. They don't make life easier no matter how many times these products...
You know what they do make easier? They make it a lot easier to develop a product. Because they can shift a lot of what otherwise would be mechanical functionality or button design into a application. And it's much cheaper to just stick a microcontroller in it and then hook it up to an app that probably doesn't work. And just... Who needs to design good interfaces?
Try to convince me they do. The UI is always clunky and confusing. Nothing is optimized. Companies act like you can part the Red Sea with their apps, when more often than not, I'm stuck trying to connect it to the device in the first place. When was the last time you bought a new anything and had it completely set up and working within 5 minutes of unboxing it? At this point, if my Wi-Fi goes out, every electronic in my house becomes a useless block of metal because none of it works on its own anymore. Everything needs Wi-Fi, an app, an account linked to my email, a subscription...
Well, no, the worst part about the Wi-Fi, not only do they require Wi-Fi, a lot of them require an internet connection. It's totally, like, sure, it's annoying, but, like, if it was just a local connection, that wouldn't be that big of a deal. In fact, like, that can be kind of convenient. The problem is a lot of these things require a connection out to the internet to function. So if your internet goes down, well, you can't do a lot of this stuff, which is great. A+ design.
Service, and on top of it all, they sell all the information I hand over against my will to random other companies so they can send me stupid junk mail. Also, when did unchecking the sign me up for online newsletters and discounts just not work anymore?
We watched that video on dark patterns. Welcome to dark patterns.
Every single time I buy something online, I make sure to not sign up for the website's stupid email notifications. And what do I find fresh in my inbox when I wake up the next morning? Check out this month's wacky deals.
Yeah, and if you use Gmail, you just don't see them because all of these companies are getting chucked into your spam anyway.
So I have an electric car, right?
Oh no! Oh no!
It just straight up refused to play music. After troubleshooting for 5 minutes, it turned out I needed to download a software update to my car. Even though the music worked perfectly normal before the update. Sure, fine, the future's now. But for some reason, the car couldn't find or connect to the Wi-Fi. So because of that, I get to experience LA traffic in pure silence. I spent thousands
Just play it off your phone, you'll be fine.
of dollars on a car.
But yes, this is stupid. There should never be a situation where a car prompts you for a system update during driving. it is understandable that modern cars being software powered require updates. I think it's dumb, but I understand it. But it should only prompt you on startup. That is the only point in time that is reasonable to prompt you for a system update. Any other time, I'm driving the car. Fuck off. Deal with it later.
Just for it to randomly not be able to perform a task cars have been able to do for the past 70 years. I do like electric cars. They're better for the environment.
What about at the end before shutdown? That would also be fine, but that's a bit harder to, like, detect. Like, on startup is easier to detect. I guess you could do, like, when the user shuts down the car, it, like, does a update screen. I guess that would work. Sure, that's fine. Sure. On startup, on shutdown. Those should be the only times. In park, that's fair. Yeah, okay. Again, those are the only times. Any other time, no. Stop.
And it's great not having to go to the gas station. But let's not pretend the car has to be
in park
a
mode after so many
computer
minutes.
now.
Yeah, sure.
I got
sure.
one of those modern tech cars that
Bad
made
idea.
the innovative choice to remove all the physical buttons and knobs.
A lot of people... Something a lot of people have been asking for is a dumb electric car. Like, an electric car that feels like a car from the early 2000s. Where it's just buttons everywhere. Like, stuff that people want from a car. I know there's one company that was, like, making some, like, simple truck platform. But most other companies have no interest in doing this.
And put every single basic feature into the car's giant touchscreen.
Do you know why they do that? It's cheaper. That's why. Early on, people saw these touchscreens in their car, like, oh my god, touchscreens, that's so futuristic. They did it because it's cheaper. Again, it's a lot cheaper to design software than it is to design buttons. And actually physically place buttons in the device. And buttons can go bad and all this stuff. It's way cheaper to just do it through software. Yeah, I've got a 2013 Subaru Impreza, and it works great.
Before getting it, I didn't think that would affect my experience too much. I thought, well, when I drive, I normally don't fiddle with the buttons all the time anyway, but now I have to deal with things like not being able to manually open the glove compartment because it has no latch.
What?
I have to speak into the car microphone, open glove compartment, and every single
Shut the fuck up. I know that, like... Don't a lot of cars now have, like, recessed handles as well? Where you can't access the handle without, like, the key. Or, like, you have to, like, press a button and then it, like, opens the, like... Yeah.
time it opens the charging port. Didn't think about that one before buying. Also, when I do need to do something while driving, it feels way more unsafe.
It also feels very illegal. I've said this before. I don't know how regulators slept on letting TVs in the driver's seat. How has this been allowed? I honestly don't understand, like, how incompetent regulators have to be that this is a thing.
Than I initially realized. They didn't even build AC knobs, so to turn up the air,
Yep.
I have to essentially play on the car iPad
Yep.
while paying attention to oncoming
Yep.
traffic.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm neither an engineer or car specialist, but that feels stupid. Apparently, enough people started complaining about the lack of buttons in high-tech cars, so they started putting them back in, which now puts into question these experts making these decisions in the first place. What do you mean?
No, the experts are in the finance department. That's the experts.
Thousands of people had to say using a giant iPad while driving is unsafe. Before they were like, You know what? These people
Wasn't
might
allowed
be
to
onto
Tesla
something.
ignore them and shift
A few
anyway.
weeks after I
Right,
bought the car,
right.
I accidentally stepped on glass and needed to go to urgent care. So Jacob and I hopped in, and as we started driving down the neighborhood, the screen got covered with "Software update required." Thinking it was a simple fix, Jacob pulled off to the side of the road and clicked download, to which the car completely locked and became undrivable until it finished the download, which was 45 minutes. I ended up having to call an Uber to go to urgent care,
Oh my
despite
fucking God.
owning a fully
Oh,
functioning...
so this is a very American problem. Calling an Uber to go to emergency care. Most other, well, any first world nation, you just call the ambulance. But you live in the United States, and it's debatable whether it's a first world nation.
car. Lesson learned, I suppose. They got me again. Also, I don't know how a car can download a software update on the side of the road and not in my own goddamn garage. It all just feels so
Magic.
dumb. Nothing feels like it's checked to make sure the customer has a half-decent user experience.
I will grant printers a special exception. Printers...
Studio is the best studio to have.
I was talking. Printers are a special exception, as they are probably the only incredibly mechanical thing we actively use. Printers are like one of the very, very few things that, like, you actually do need to worry about parts breaking and, like, things jamming, stuff like that. Most other things, not so much. And printers are from hell. This is also true.
Anymore because companies think slapping an app together makes something high-tech enough to get away with slop. And on top of it all, everything is a subscription service. Why can't I simply buy my stupid computer car and have it come with the tech that's already built into it?
This is something that a lot of companies are pushing for. Was it, who was it that wanted to charge for heated seats? BMW? I think it was, yeah. Oh, they did do it. BMW heated subscription service ending overseas. Australian plans unclear. Yeah. This is so dumb. Like, it's one thing to pay for an extra. But if I have something in my car, you should not be allowed to stop me from using it. If you installed it, I paid for it. If you didn't want me to use it, you shouldn't have put it in the car. On that note, is there a market for jailbreaking modern cars? Like modern cars that have, you know, heated seats behind a subscription. I would have to assume there is some sort of jailbreaking segment. If there isn't, I would be incredibly surprised.
Subscribe to be able to connect to the internet. Subscribe to enable auto steering. For a while, companies were thinking about turning the seat warmers into a subscription.
Well,
the heating coil is already in the car that I bought. Just leave us alone. Imagine pitching to someone 15.
well, another thing. Was it Tesla that wanted you to pay more to unlock a higher top speed? Who was it? No, Mylar. Mylar was it? Or was it Tesla as well? Wait, Tesla might also have done it. Yeah, and it's just like a software patch.
Years ago. Oh yeah, the car you bought? Yeah, it's all yours.
I don't think the idea of software-powered cars or software-defined vehicles is a term that people use. I don't think the idea of a software-defined vehicle is inherently bad, but I do think it opens up a very clear area for abuse. And clearly companies are abusing it. If you install a part in a car, there is no functional reason that a user shouldn't have access to it. That shouldn't need to be explained.
But you have to pay money every month to use the windshield wipers. It's become
Don't
so
tempt them.
common for
Don't
us
tempt
to
them.
buy products and not even actually own them. And you need to pay money every month to keep using them. And they're bad. Businesses have always prioritized profit. That's never changed. I'm not upset about that. But at least in the past, they had to, in good faith, offer something that actually did the shit it was advertised to do. Now they just go, oh damn, we can give less and charge more? Hell yeah, brother, lock the cold out the fridges. The other day, I wanted to get a new router for my office. Jacob and I headed over to our internet provider store, and I said, hello, can I buy a router? Oh, we don't actually sell routers here. You need to go online and ask customer service to send you one. As I was processing this, Jacob decided they wanted to get a phone upgrade. Excuse me, could I actually buy this phone? Yeah, we don't have those in stock here. You can buy it, but it'll have to be shipped to your house.
Yep.
We went to the internet and phone store.
I have never bought a phone from my provider. I've always bought unlocked phones. I don't have to deal with this problem, thankfully.
And left with no internet and no phone. What are the employees being paid to do at that point?
Nothing.
What's the point in any of it? I get
Oh,
that
RuneScape grab!
What are the employees being paid to do at that point? What?
Yeah, this is probably what they actually are doing. Fucking grinding out the stupid fucking crab. Sitting here, training combat skills for 30 hours a day.
What's the point in any of it? I get that a lot of shopping has shifted to online, but I really, really miss simply having the option to go to the store. They're becoming empty husks with a logo on top. Also, excuse me, but I need to ask customer service to buy a router? Just let me exchange my money for the item that you very obviously sell. Anytime I'm told I need to contact customer service, I consider it a lost battle. Nothing exists in this world that is worth descending the trenches that is a customer service phone call. Companies have put it together that if they make everything...
I still like going to a physical bookstore sometimes. It's interesting, right? A lot of things have gone digital, but there is this like growing desire for physical things. So obviously a lot of tech stores here, they've started selling like records, like vinyls in the past couple of years. We've got a lot of like, what do you call it? Board game stores popping up and a lot of like tabletop games. But like things that you would want, like those are things that have always been physical that are sort of like coming back. But, and it's same with like bookstores. But like things you use on a daily basis, a lot of those are just getting more and more annoying.
Inconvenient and frustrating, set up enough cryptic hoops to make people jump through, waste as much time as possible. People will just give up, and they don't have to deal with anything. It's sick. Once I needed to call a plumber, but was only allowed to go through a very specific company for the service. So I called in, sat on hold for 40
Gotta love HOAs. I am so happy that is not a thing here.
minutes, as to be expected, and finally got connected to someone. Hello, what can I help you with today? Hi, I was calling to make a service appointment. Alright, sounds good. I'm gonna check our calendar and call back with our availabilities. Oh, okay. Thank you. And so I waited for 2 days.
Yep.
And she never called me back.
Yep.
So, of course, I call back, sit on hold for another 40 minutes, and try again. Hello, what can I help you with today? Hi, I'm calling to make a service appointment. I called before, but no one called me back, so I wanted to follow up on that. Okay, let me check. We're available in a month at 7 a.m. Oh, okay. Are there no other times available? Nope. All right. I can do in a month at 7 a.m. Thank you very much. Awesome. Exactly what I wanted. A month comes and goes, and the day before the appointment, I get a call from the plumbing company. Hello, I'm calling to let you know the person that was scheduled to do your service appointment is sick and we'll have to cancel it. Okay. When's the next available appointment?
A month from now.
In 2 weeks. Okay. Thank you. At this point, I was fuming.
No,
right?
no, that wouldn't happen. You punched it. You're punching an American wall. You wouldn't hurt your hand. Your hand would go through it. No, this isn't a German wall.
Okay. Thank you. At this point, I was fuming, right? How hard could it be to get a very specific company to provide a service they forced me to use them for? Well, get this. I woke up the next morning at 10 a.m. because I didn't have to wake up early anymore, looked at my phone, and saw a single missed call from, of course, the plumbing company. Hello, the plumber arrived at the location this morning at 6 a.m., but left because no one was home. Please call back to reschedule. Thank you. Guys, I can't even write into words what I was feeling that moment.
Older American home's a brick. Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Because if I did, this would be the last video of my career. A single service appointment is all I ask. For my sink that is dissolving at this point. Also, we're completely brushing over the fact they arrived an hour early for the canceled appointment, so I would have missed it anyway. And just like that, it was all back at square one.
Oh, so that's kind of crazy that you have a plumber that you arrange to come at 7 a.m. and they show up early. What we have here is they give a window. It's like, we'll be there from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. Good luck!
And you know what? I gave up. Congratulations, plumbing company. You won! The trophy? My sink is broken. I was justifiably feeling upset, so I wanted to go out and get myself those Pillsbury Halloween cookies with the pumpkins and ghosts on them.
My handmaid says it's the same thing,
I looked
yeah.
online to see if the grocery store had them, and the website said, in stock, confirmed in the past hour. So I got dressed, drove over.
Nope, definitely not.
And lo and behold, the store had 0 Halloween cookies.
Yep.
I did the same charade 2 more times until I just went home and cried. What's the point anymore? Really, my car doesn't work. The stores don't work. The litter box needs Wi-Fi. I'm just so tired. We're doomed to be wrung of every single dollar we have. Cursed to scroll endlessly on social media because it's evil now. It's nothing good anymore. We're being left behind over here, and no one can do anything about it cares. I don't want to get too doomer in the silly animated YouTube video. Sorry, maybe a bit of reality started to seep in there between the funny little stories. Quickly, I'm going to talk about things that do spark joy in my life. There's been an influx of people going back to old tech as a way to step out of the overwhelming and predatory modern innovation era, and I am also on that boat. A while back, I started playing on my old 3DS.
Yeah, like there are old video, like if modern video games suck, right? Here's what you do. Where's my Steam window? Here's what you do, okay? You go and, I don't know, find a game like fucking Trails in the Sky. Just go, it's like a 20-year-old video game. Just go play it. Or we can go even further back. We can go play like fucking East 1. Go play a game from the fucking 80s. Just have fun. Enjoy it. Just Brodie plays Trails. I am progressing. I took a break for the new PoE League, but I'm in part 2. Where's my window? Not that one. Where's the window? This one? This one. I mean, this is a big part of the reason why I play the games I play. It's fun without predatory BS. Yeah, just go play like, I don't know, Final Fantasy VIII.
And something about using a classic handheld rewires my brain in the best way. Being all bundled up with your DS, no second monitor content, maybe some snacks. It feels like my mind gets to heal from the constant rot, cleansed from the addicting flashing colors and stimuli of current media. Another way I heal from the evils is by seeing all of my best friends. Truly going out and being with people in real life is the medicine that heals all. I'm not joking. No matter how much the world breaks me down, a good hangout with friends to vent and blow off steam really does take the edge off. And getting to turn annoying moments that piss you off into something to share with your friends as a funny story is a great way to laugh it off and just move on. Everything is trying to be the most addictive little parasite ever created by humans with no empathy. But until the pendulum eventually swings back the other way, it is possible to break out of the bubble. And if you've been feeling—
I was replying to YouTube comments the other day, and oh no, it was Twitter comments, I think it was. Doesn't matter. Whatever the comments were. And somebody was surprised that I don't have any social media on my phone. I don't have Discord on my phone. I don't have fucking... Like, I have Facebook Messenger, because that's just the app that people use to send me texts. But I don't use Facebook itself. I don't have Twitter on my phone. I don't like having social media on my phone.
feeling similarly to—
Now, I do watch a bit of YouTube on the phone, so... But I don't like replying to fucking text on a phone. It just annoys me.
me, I recommend giving it a try. In the meantime, even though everything feels like a constant mess, I suppose it does make for funny stories to share.
I didn't realize I scripted 2 different complaining videos in a row. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't mean to, and it comes across really negative. But the next video is very, very, very positive.
That was a fun video. I very much enjoyed that. I have the apps, but notifications are suppressed for everything except Matrix. That's fair, that's fair. Like, if you're suppressing notifications and just going to it when you... Like, when you specifically want to, that's not as bad. But I know people, and I do this as well. Like, I go to social media enough on my computer. When I'm away from my computer, I don't want to have anything to do with social media, right? Like, if I go to my parents' place, I don't want to have social media anywhere near me. This was a good video. I agree with everything she said. There's nothing I disagree with here. I'm a lot more of a doomer when it comes to this, but it does seem like a lot of people are starting to realize that maybe spending all their time on social media isn't a productive use of time. And a lot of people still do it, but people are starting to at least think about what they're consuming. Anyway, Jaden makes great videos. I don't know why I'm not subbed. It's not like Jaden needs any more 14.9 million subs. This video's at 4.9 million views. But it was a good video, so go check out Jaden's other stuff. And yeah,